Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for hanging with me on this Thursday. And if you went out of your way to like, comment, or subscribe, thank you. All right, for the longest time, a medium diving crankbait for me was just a bait to cover water along the bank. Anytime I got into a little steeper, rocky, Highland Reservoir type banks, this was a bait that I was going to throw. Now, that works really well in the cooler months when you have crayfish and heat that is collected by those rocks. Great for that, and you can reel that bait slow in that colder water. Now, as we get later into the year where it's hot, you may have your lakes turning over, so a lot of fish that are out deep are going to be moving relatively shallow, but if you still have warm water, those bass like to be in that 8 to 5 foot range. And a medium diving crankbait fished around structure is one of the best ways to catch them, because I've done a lot of videos where topwater is what I like to throw this time of year. I like to fish baits slow on the bottom if I'm flipping, fishing around any type of cover. But when you need to cover water and you just have fish that are out a little bit deeper, it could be a cloudy day where the fish are really biting, a crankbait is the best way to locate fish. You can cover a bunch of water and you know if you put it in front of them, they're gonna bite it. Bass love a crankbait, in my opinion, more than any other bait most days. So for that reason, when I'm fishing offshore structure, I have 3 medium diving crankbaits I really like, and I like to use baits that will perform in grass, rocks, wood. If you have scum on the bottom of your lakes, baits that really work well in those. So I go with very flat, thin, tight wobbling baits. Now, 3 different baits, 3 different brands. So a Little John Spro MD. This is one of my favorite crankbaits to throw year round, and I really like this bait in the grass. I like this in pretty much any type of cover, and it's great in structure. So what I mean by structure, what you're gonna have is you'll have a flat. There'll be some grass growing on it. And on the end of the flat, there'll be some type of drop off. You'll have some contour change, and it could be a creek channel swinging up against the flat. Maybe your flat is on the main river channel, or you just have deeper water nearby. But those fish are gonna not only be relating to the grass because of the cover, the housing and the food that the grass provides, but it also makes a hard edge where you're going to have deep water nearby and fish are just going to sit on it, but they're not always going to be in the grass. So if you have eelgrass, you have coontail, those are grasses where fish get near them, but they're not going to necessarily tuck down in them. So for that reason, they're going to stay right on that contour change, and a medium diving crankbait in the summer months is a great bait for that. Now, my other favorites is a Rapala DT6. This is a great grass crankbait. This is a great all-around crankbait. So if you have that 6 foot structure on a deeper, next to a deeper ditch or drain or creek channel or river channel, whatever it may be, this is going to be perfect. You're going to reel this down. You don't have to necessarily burn it. I like to reel it faster in these hotter months, but keep it in the right strike zone, or in the right depth range, and then wind it into the grass without fouling it up, and those bass are going to be right on the edge. My last favorite crankbait is a Lucky Craft SKT MR. This is a skeet reese bait. He designed it, medium runner. It's going to stay in that similar depth range, and all these baits are similar. Flat, narrow baits with a tight wobble, and then a rounded bill. Go through all that cover. So basically, this is a grass bait and a structure bait at the same time, and that's what I'm going to use it for in these hotter months, because what you will see is bass aren't going to be always in that 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot range. They like to stay out there, so you may be able to get bit real shallow in the hotter months, but you will find a population of bass that is coming from deep water will be in that 5 to 8 foot range. The best way to find them, in my opinion, is with a medium diving crankbait. So try that, guys. Good luck to you, and I'll see you on the water.